Hello, and welcome to Positively Entertaining Conversations, the show to listen to for things you don't know but should. I'm your host, Guru Brando. At Sacred Growth's Transformational Pathways, you'll learn guidance and inspiration with personal growth empowerment. Life throws many surprises at us, and while we cannot predict the outcome of any situation, we can control how we respond to certain ones. With coaching sessions here, you'll learn about acceptance and how to exert your power of choice over whatever life may throw at you.
Good evening, fellow viewers. Discussions are real, the laughter's for healing. The soda is cold, the popcorn is hot. Are you ready to see the sexiest man alive? The bearded charmer. It is time to watch the one, the only, the Guru Brando
And Joe.
Show!
Hello, and welcome to Positively Entertaining Conversations. I'm your host, Guru Brando, and today we're going to have Robert and Quinton on the show. And we're going to talk about how Robert really thinks he's grown. He just turned 18, and he has special circumstances, requirements, boundaries, expectations, issues, whatever you want to call it, for his parents and the rules at home, since he's going to be living at home at 18. So join us for that conversation and more.
Robert 18 ST birthday request. Curfew. I will always tell you guys when I'm going out. Exceptions apply to if I want a soda late at night, if I want a soda and you are asleep. Of course school nights would still be an appropriate time. But I would like to have the curfew that the law says I can, which is none at all, but I wouldn't use this power to stay out all the time, but periodically there would be times where I would be out all night, not doing anything you would not approve of but simply hanging out with friends and enjoying time with them. My room. You guys have always given me quite a nice level of privacy, greater than most people, and that is something I am grateful for. But I would like to have the privilege to close my door if I have a female friend over, not to do anything inappropriate because of my respect for you as parents, but because I want to have the same level of privacy that my loving brother Matthew did have, and having to leave my door open at 18, makes me look like a not cool loser. Frog. Thank you for your consideration.
Welcome to Positively Entertaining Conversations with me, your host, Guru Brando. And today we have sometimes curious guest Q, you already know, and Q's friend Robert, or as Beth refers to him, Roberto. That's what Beth calls you, Roberto.
That's what Wander calls me.
Roberta and
What,
Roberto.
really?
Yeah, well, my teacher, she calls me Roberta.
That's funny. Huh.
The only two people in the world I allow to call me Roberta.
So the reason I'm having you do the podcast is because you just confessed and confided that you are starting your own podcast. So do I need to view you as competition?
No.
Damn right I don't. Because I'll take you out, brother,
No,
man.
because I'm going to blow you out of the water, dude.
Really? Because
Dude,
I've
no,
got being trans on my side. What's your hook? What's your hook? Oh, you're a teenager?
And a
Oh,
gamer.
you're not even
And
that
a
anymore.
gamer. And a
You're
gamer.
not even a
I'm
teenager.
18.
The most
18.
oppressed race,
18.
objectively. Gamer.
18.
Whatever.
No,
that's
okay,
grown.
your podcast is like on this side, like yours is like actually talking about meaningful stuff. My first episode was talking about why the Shrek trilogy, because I don't even think the third one exists, is the perfect set of movies, and the third one's a little soil on the entirety of the entire franchise.
Okay, so people who want to hear about that, they can listen to your
Everybody
podcast.
wants
Where
to hear about that.
Where can they find that? So you
haven't-
don't even want to, right? Okay.
No, it's because we're trying to figure out the anchor stuff with uploading it. So we're like we're gonna make the channel soon now that we know that, because we didn't want to make
And what's your channel going to be called?
probably either.
Or do you want to say? You might not want to say yet. Okay.
Because there's
So enlighten us.
There was the one like the one that I did the Shrek thing. It wasn't the Bell Ringers one. It was the one that I was making with our friend Joanna.
Look at the camera and look at yourself. Oh,
Yeah?
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, I look
It's
hot.
weird when people do that. What do you mean you look?
I look hot.
What? Okay, what kind of hot?
I look good hot.
Ugh. Anyway, this podcast.
This is going so off.
I know, really. Like I
This
have
is a
I have an
disaster.
18-year-old on my podcast, that's like looking at the camera going, yeah, I look hot.
This is a train wreck.
This is, it's frightening. This is why I don't get to hang out with people right here, because I make people say weird stuff.
No, I always say weird stuff.
What do you mean you make people? No one makes anyone do anything. You taught your
I
viewers
love
that.
you for saying that. You remember that.
Yeah.
You're right. No one can make you feel a certain way.
That's the main piece of advice I give to people when they're like, oh, someone called me this. It's like, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
But, oh, well.
People have been
Can't
calling
do
me
much
fat
about
for
it.
7 years, bro.
What did you say?
People have been calling me fat for 7 years. I've been chilling.
Yeah, it's like, I know I'm fat, and I like to eat.
Yeah.
Chicks dig dad bods, man.
Okay, you keep making this weird and creepy. Stop making it weird and creepy, Robert.
This isn't
Jesus.
good.
I'm just
Not one.
speaking like I'd speak to my friends. And
I know. And it's weird because I'm a grown-up.
Because you're a boomer.
Oh.
A boomer?
Boomer. Restart
I
then.
love
Restart.
No.
I love how...
I don't restart. I don't edit. We get it all.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, yeah. So I don't do... Now, I did edit.
That's just...
I edited for time this last podcast, so people will notice that in there some of the stuff's moved on the desk, you know, because I did have to take out sections that where we were kind of just talking about nothing. You know, I took out that stuff to edit it for
So pretty
time.
much like what we've done so far.
Oh, this is good content. This is all. The name of my podcast is Positively Entertaining Conversations. And it's basically I talk to whoever else comes in at the time, or whoever I'm like, oh, that person needs to learn a lesson. And then I
Do
put
I
them
need
in
to
the
learn a
hot seat.
lesson?
Oh, yeah. That's why I was like, yeah, uh-huh.
Everyone needs
So
to
I want you to tell the listeners, you just turned 18.
Yeah.
And what was your grand idea when you turned 18 to express to your parents?
You don't know my parents like I do, though.
Okay.
You don't know my
Oh,
parents like I do.
To express to your parents how you deserved to be treated in their home.
Alright, so basically, I made a slideshow, right? But I misspelled it horribly wrong. I used Comic Sans font.
Yeah, like it was atrocious.
It was so bad.
Trust and believe.
And I basically
was, like,
said I had
almost
2 demands. I was like,
crying.
I want the law the curfew that the law gives me, and 2, I want my room closed if I have a female friend over. And those are my only 2 demands.
If Quinton asked me that, or any of my other kids asked me that, I would say, if you're paying rent, yes. If you're not paying rent,
I'll pay rent for the night.
oh no, this is not a whorehouse. You ain't paying rent for the night. You have to pay rent. So if you
Now,
pay
I
rent,
gave the very good points that weren't on the PowerPoint to them.
it's not about good points or not.
That I
It's
gave them
hey,
good points.
it's
I
not
don't
about
know,
good
man. That
points
frog
or
was
not.
pretty
The
convincing.
frog was pretty good.
It was in a
Can I show the
skillet.
frog? Can I show
It
the
was
frog?
in
Can I show the frog?
a skillet.
Can I show the frog?
I will put the frog. I'll put your slideshow up for people. Okay, so with this podcast, when I put this podcast up, you
You're
can
so
bring
dumb.
it up. When I do that, though, I'll put your actual slides in there, so
Yeah,
you'll have
so
to give them to
If
me.
you're not watching this while on your way to work, then you'll see it. You'll see the amazing
I'll
frog.
have it read. I'll have the
Oh.
slides. I'll read the slides out. What
I
he
don't want
said.
speaker
Well,
notes. It's like
you
you want
gonna read
speaker
out
notes.
the
I'm like, I
picture
don't
of
want
the frog?
speaker
It's
notes.
a frog
Not
in
the
a skillet.
frog, you.
He's showing the frog.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
know
talking
right
about.
now he is, and I'm responding to the fact that I will post this stuff, but for the viewers.
Oh, it's not gonna show
Oh,
up.
it-
It's
It's
not
gotta
gonna show up.
focus.
Wait, let's. Frog. Yeah, little frog. I have about a gigabyte of frog pictures
Wow.
on my phone.
Okay, I don't like it because it's in a skillet.
That's literally like, what?
It's a little baby
That's like
skillet. It's not
a
even on the
20th
stove.
of your storage space dedicated to frogs.
A 64th of my storage
Mm.
space dedicated
Oh,
to
you
frogs.
have a lot
Check
of
out my
storage,
new
don't
mug.
you?
Guru Brandon, wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
see
it's
that
extra
rocket
gay
up there,
with all that
Uh-huh.
glitter.
and you see that unicorn.
Yeah.
Those all came from the same family, and you notice that it's the only 3 things in this room that are consistently my favorite colors, because my friends listen to me. They've also been on the podcast, but guess what, guys? Hey, Robert doesn't watch this podcast,
I'm on episode 5.
and so yeah, so now, right now, this is going to encourage him to watch.
You
my
think I have
podcast.
enough time in my day to watch a podcast?
Absolutely, because you don't.
You know how much stuff I do?
Right now, you have literally been here for over an hour.
Oh, he's been here since school ended.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Been hanging out with my friend. I'm not gonna be like, oh hey,
Really?
I gotta listen to this podcast.
Oh, he would understand. He'd
like,
be
dude,
like, okay, and he can get on his
gotta
computer.
listen to this podcast.
Okay, Quint doesn't even know you're here when you're here most of the time. Okay, think about it. Y'all have been. Look, all right. Okay,
That's
you
only
be
when
quiet
he,
a
that's
minute.
only when he enters.
Only when I enter, he doesn't know. Because I just walk
Does
in.
that happen often?
Like,
No, it's alright.
He'll message me on Snapchat, but my phone will be on my bed across the room.
I'll just walk
so I'm
in.
sitting there playing, and you just
You
bust in,
guys,
he's like,
I
hey,
quote
did you get my message?
4 years ago.
Oh, I
our
don't care if
doors,
you just
our
walk.
doors are
Oh,
always
yeah.
open to you, and I took that literally.
Yeah, and it does mean literally. That's why I'm just like, wow, you actually did what we said.
My brother had a friend like that at one point. I'm like, I want to be that friend.
I want you to be that friend because we don't offer that extension to just anybody. You know, it has to be that special.
I'd offer that to my friends,
You're
except my
totally
parents. Except
a
my parents.
special friend.
My parents keep their doors locked.
Yeah, well, with good reason. They have boys at home.
That's valid.
I mean, like, seriously. That's a good reason to lock your doors.
I haven't done anything that they didn't approve of except like
So
a few
that's
things.
what I'm getting to. You see that's a segue into what we're about to talk about, which is in that list of demands. For your 18th birthday
list.
So you named names.
I did. I was like, Matthew got this. Matthew did this.
So how many siblings? How many
One.
siblings do you have? Okay, so you only have one.
I threw him under the bus.
And
baby.
what's the age difference? For the
about
listeners?
You threw him under the
6
bus
years?
after what he did for you.
Oh, the same between my sister and I. So there's
Mhm.
6 years between my sister and I. She's older, 6 years older.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your older brother Matthew,
He was a bad kid too.
he ran your parents through the ringer. So guess what? You pay for his sins, right?
No.
So, well, that's how parents learn. So here's the thing. If your brother always like snuck out, your parents are wiser the next kid they have, and they're like, "Oh, teen years are coming. Let's just get the bars back on the windows now."
No, they didn't do that. I literally.
They didn't have to. That's
can I say
hold
something?
on, but that's where I'm going with it. They didn't have to. Why didn't they have to do that? Because that's
I'm a Chad kid. That's why. Absolute
Chad
Chad.
kid.
wow.
Absolute Chad.
Okay, that's like all right.
I literally had, for like the first like 5 years of my teenage years, I had the room by the front door that was on the porch that the window screen wasn't even in, and they trusted me enough to not even put a screen in it. That's how much they trust me. I could have literally left at any time, and I never did.
But that's why they were so jaded by your brother, so it could only go one of two ways, and that's what I was trying to tell you.
Oh, okay.
So either you're the parent who has had that badass kid from the get-go, and you're like, oh, okay, we got to get the bars back on the window, and so that kid pays for the sins of their sibling, or you have the parent like we are that gives up after because you break them. And Quinton literally broke us. Like, I'm not even shitting you. We have 4 kids, and they go like this. Quinton, he's totally entitled. Very well kept. Well, I say, okay, he doesn't keep himself well, but he's provided for. Okay.
He's right there.
So, yeah, whatever. He is, but he's not. He's present here physically.
But not mentally.
Okay, so we have Quinton, who we really were diligent about. I took prenatal vitamins, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I did everything by the book because, you know, Beth had these expectations and I did for what we wanted to be, right?
Mm.
Well, I denied that I was even pregnant with him until, like, literally he was born, and then I just was like, nope, give him to that one.
I'm a parent.
It's like, yeah, dude, like, seriously, I freaked out that I just gave birth to something. You have no idea what it's like to have a damn alien inside you. I would not recommend. It is a terrible experience. Being pregnant is awful. It's just awful.
It's probably because you're trans, and so it feels wrong.
That's true.
Whatever.
I think
I think that literally every woman feels terrible when they're pregnant, but they don't want to tell that.
Cite your sources, please.
Every woman. Ask any mom how wonderful their pregnancy was. Ask them how they like the hemorrhoids, the stretch marks, you know, the tits that hit the floor. It's like all this stuff. It's just terrible, the whole thing. But the worst part is there's so I say worse shit than tits.
What are you?
So
I'm fine.
So what's
this is so funny.
Poopy.
Tits hit the floor.
So what's even worse is that the thing moves inside you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel that there is an animal inside you, and it moves.
A little goblin.
Well, no,
it
see,
is
it's
the
just
worst
an organ.
thing, and you can see the shit. Like you see, like elbows and feet.
It's just a weird organ.
I was so okay. So it's like this. Imagine waking up every morning and seeing like a tumor. Like you can visibly see the tumor changing. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if you had that, or any sort of growth where you could see, right?
Until you don't actually see, or until you actually see the baby, it just feels alien.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you were alien. You came out covered in your own shit.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, that's what he did. He
Some
had to
babies
take
do
a
that.
dump in there.
Look, you gotta go, man. I don't know what
So
I'm
he
doing.
dumped, and they had to like suck his brains out, to basically get all the poop out. And then, so my smart ass was like, okay, well, since Mom and I had this deal that I got the first shitty diaper, or one of us, we had to claim the first shitty diaper, and then it went on.
Yeah.
How many kids? I wasn't ever planning on having another one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was all, yeah, you have to get the shitty diaper. You have to do it. So she did it. It wasn't bad. The first diaper is supposed to be super bad. It's like tar, and it's just awful.
That was in you.
That was in me! So she didn't even get the shitty diaper. It's like, damn it! So then we had Alex. We had Alex, and it was the worst experience
it was your
ever.
turn.
It was like, that's where the dinosaurs died.
And it was your turn, wasn't
The
it?
dinosaurs died in Alex's diaper.
Wow.
That's what wiped out the dinosaurs, was just babies shitting everywhere, their first shits.
I don't think I ever told you this. Did you know I was an actual underpound? Like I was an underweight baby.
Oh, I was too.
What if
I
I
was a
told
small
you this?
baby.
What if I was a severely overweight baby?
Were you really?
Yeah, he was. He was.
Dude,
so
I
fat,
have
it
a
was
theory.
gross.
I have a theory.
It's
that
true.
every kid,
It's true.
you will be the opposite of
Yes,
what you
it's
came out of the
true.
womb as. I was
Look
an
at
underweight.
ours.
I was an underweight baby, and now I'm like 6'1". Like I'm a big boy.
Anything over 5'3" is big to me.
That's valid.
So,
You
yeah.
are
So
I'm
5'4"
5'2".
is big to
a little
you.
trembling.
Yeah. That's tall. Your mom's tall to me.
Mom is like 5'7".
7.
6, 7.
5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's like
Okay,
tall.
so what were you?
So you're like ginormous.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was.
Just tower.
Yeah, I was a tiny one too. But I was
Grandpa's
a
the tallest
C-section.
one in the family.
Yeah.
He was tall.
And Dingus Butt was the fattest baby, Alex.
Really?
Yeah, she was
Is
8.
he taller than you?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. No, we're about the same height.
Hmm.
It's kind of been a tie our whole lives.
People thought that they were twins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna stay this height, aren't you?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep.
We
well,
went and took
yeah, to the
endocrinology
doctor.
appointments.
I never did
and
that.
then they're like, yeah, you're not growing anymore. I was like, cool.
Well, he said that you would probably grow another inch. You'd be at about 5'2".
My parents
Oh.
were like, oh yeah, they're like, my parents were like 5'3" and like 5'5". So
Yeah,
they're
and then there's you,
so
and
they're
it's like,
so they were expecting like a 5'5" kid. My
Matthew
brother,
is pretty.
my brother's
he's a little
six.
taller
My,
than me.
my brother's 6 feet, and I'm like an inch taller than him, and that's a flex because he's like 25. So I'm like, oh, you're a midget, man.
oh, that's interesting too, because my sister, who's 6 years older, she's smaller than I am, and she always was smaller than me.
What is she like 4'2"?
She used to be like 90 pounds. Like
Mhm.
she's they take after her, like super skinny and weird.
When I was
like
10,
that.
I weighed 43 pounds.
How much you even weigh now?
I don't know, but I know
You're
it's
a
at least
waif.
100.
You do weigh 100 now? You finally broke 100?
Well, I've
Dang.
broken 100 before.
I
like,
think
a
that
long
your
time
mom
ago.
was over 19.
Dude, you're
but not
100. I can
consistent.
bench like 2.
I think mom was over 19 before she hit 100 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, so can you imagine what that'd be like?
I had 100 pounds.
Going
I was
into
like
the
10.
army when you don't even weigh
I
like
was
100
10.
pounds.
Huh?
Going into the army when you don't even
Yeah,
weigh 100 pounds.
yeah, she was.
How,
No, I was-
How
I'm
do they
so
not
grateful
just be
I-
like,
I hit
yeah,
my tall
you're
spurt.
too small. Bye bye.
I
They
was
did, she had a
I
little-
was so grateful I hit my tall spurt because when I was like littler, I looked like a chunky little fat kid. Like I was a
I can't
ball.
even imagine you as small, like as short.
Yeah, I was a little ball, and then when I got tall, it like all kind of distributed out. So like I'm still like a big guy, but like I don't look like a literal circle now.
That's what he looked like. He looked like the marshmallow guy,
Yeah,
the Stay
that
Puft
was
guy. He had like fat rolls.
Dude, fat Asian babies are the best.
I know, the
They're so
cutest
fun.
things ever.
Yeah.
I know, they look like little Buddhas. I love them so much.
Yeah, I was looking at pictures. I was looking at pictures the other day of like a year ago before Rona hit, and I was like looking. I was like, whoa, I look so good.
Why?
I look so good.
So what looked good about you? Why do you say it like
I was
that?
so skinny compared to what I am now. I look so good.
So do you actually struggle with your weight?
Like not bad.
I mean, and it's not a judgment. I mean,
No,
I
it's
struggle
not.
with my weight, but I struggle between, bulimia and then being overweight.
It's just I do some. It's whatever.
Yeah, for me,
Like if I'm gonna be the weight I'm gonna be, might as well just be confident in what I'm gonna be.
For me, it's a control issue. Eating is the only thing that I can control now, and I am addicted to food. I'm addicted to certain types of
I'm
food.
addicted to food, man.
Yeah, I'm addicted to pizza. I will kill a pizza.
Yeah, I love pizza.
That is my favorite
those are
food.
really-
If there were one in front of me right now, I would eat it, even though I just had mushrooms and
I
spinach.
had
There's
the
nothing
best
like that.
pizza Monday. Like literally the best pizza.
You say that, but I
No, no, no,
have
no.
doubt. I'm 44. I've had a lot of pizza.
Case, the band director was telling us, he's like, you gotta go to, can I say a word?
Yeah, you can say
I was like,
it.
oh yeah, he was like, go to Trenton. There's a little there's a little place called Pizza Market. And he's
Pizza
like,
Market.
yeah, and
Okay.
it's like a little hole in the wall.
If
kinda thing.
anybody's had that, let us
It's
know.
so good, but it's a local thing. So literally, he was like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a large pizza with just Alfredo sauce and
Oh, yeah,
meatballs
that-
and meatballs.
Okay, no.
No, 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 no,
meat,
no,
no meat,
here-
no meat.
Well, you're not. Yeah, you don't eat meat no more. But it was so good, and we opened it up like because it was just a bunch of like the percussion like
Dude,
guys in
anything
band.
with Alfredo sauce is good off the bat.
But we opened it up and we all looked at it because he hyped it up and we all looked at it like it was like a treasure chest of gold, and we all ate it and we were like, this is the best freaking pizza I've ever had.
Were you high?
No,
Because you don't smoke pot.
I don't smoke pot.
Right. Tell them why you don't smoke pot.
I don't want to.
Yeah, because you don't need to, right? See, okay, I think that a lot of people, especially here in Highland, that are concerned about having a dispensary or concerned about it being wrecked, they think that people like you will be influenced by people like us.
If
You
I
know?
want to get weed, I could get it.
Thank you, though.
I could get it. Like, you
Right.
know,
So why wouldn't Highland want the money for it? If
it's like,
people are going
Highland's
to
kind
buy
of
it
like
anyway.
broke, so
There are weed dealers everywhere.
yeah, there is. Like, I could literally log into my Snapchat, text like at least 5 people
Okay,
right now.
let's
and
not
buy them.
give names
I'm not.
out.
I'm
We're
not.
not giving
Yeah.
names out. I mean, I
But
could.
it's true, and it's been that way even
Yeah,
whenever I was
forever.
young.
I'm like, I don't care, dude.
If
They're like,
you don't want it, you don't need it, and you know it's available, so it's not taboo. You know, that's the thing. But before it was legal, it was taboo. You know, so everybody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend." Yeah.
and now,
you
now
know,
you
and
just have
now
people
it's
like, hey, I'm gonna go smoke a joint with my bud down the street.
Yeah. Or somebody like, give me the bag of edibles, you know. It's just shit like that. And so people who are very narrow-minded and fixing that kind of old-fashioned thing really need to open their eyes to...
Because that's what happened with the vape shop. People didn't want the vape shop to open like at all.
Yeah, that's so stupid, and I'm always at the vape shop. Thank
Yeah.
you, Neil. Thank you for being such a good guy with the vapes.
Does he watch it?
Neil, I doubt he watches. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you earlier. So his first podcast episode was where he waxed Devin's ass. And it is the funniest thing I've ever watched.
Dude, I want a
have
podcast
watched-
like stuff like that.
It's called Wax That Ass. It's hilarious. So I sat there and I watched it like 10 times in a row. I just couldn't get enough of it. Watching him wax Devin's ass is just
Dude, I was a lame 18-year-old. As soon as I turned like 12, like at midnight, as soon as I turned 18, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna register to vote, and I did that within like the
Did
first 10 minutes of being 18.
You
online.
are not the only person, and I'm
I'm like,
proud of you. And that
I'm
right
gonna
there,
register to vote.
that is the reason that you're friends with Quinton
Aw,
still.
thank
That's the
you.
reason that I tell you we have the open door policy, because you do stuff like that. You say, one, you don't need or want to smoke pot because you have nothing going on that requires you to medicate.
Yeah.
So that's number one. And number two, you're okay admitting that, and
Dude, no, I
you don't
flexed
feel
that.
like you need to be
I
cool.
flexed that at school. I was like, you know what I did last time when I turned 18? And people were like, oh, did you smoke? Did you drink? No. I registered to vote.
Right.
Register, and then I made an OnlyFans as a joke that I'm never gonna post on, but I had to make it for the meme. For the meme.
Whenever I was 18, I had already been married a year.
What?
Yeah, I was married the first time right before I turned 18. So, and I was married into my 20s. I divorced the year before Beth and I got married. We got married in 2002.
That's what happened with my mom. Because my brother's not actually my full brother. It's my half brother.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I didn't even think about it.
She married a dude, broke up with the dude, got pregnant with her rebound boyfriend. The rebound boyfriend went, I'm about to head out. And
Yeah.
like rolled out.
Deuces.
And then she had my brother, and then my brother he was like 6, 7 when she met my dad. And then they had me.
And your dad's accepted your brother, right?
Yeah.
It takes a special person to do that. So, like, that's commendable because...
Like they both had their roughs in my brother's rebellious years.
Oh, yeah.
But once it got passed out, they're chill.
Well, you know, the reality is, regardless of what your experience is, your brother's is different. I talked to other siblings this last podcast, and it was the same sort of thing. There's 18 years between them.
Mm-hmm.
And so they really had 2 different childhoods. So can you understand that your brother may have a little bit of baggage left over that he doesn't have his real dad? Did you ever think about that?
Actually, no. He's like, dude.
Well, that's what he says, you know, but as he becomes more of an adult, you have to understand that when you hit age 25, your brain is developing in different areas, right? And so you start to have this longing for your origin story.
No, he knows what happened with his dad.
Okay, so as long
like his entire life, he's been like, my dad's a bum. And my mom's been like, your dad's a bum because he is. He dipped on them, opened like a jewelry shop somewhere.
But do you not think that might affect him, like just in general, to know that you have a dad, you know, that your biological dad that's raised you, even though he knows that he has the same dad as you, he doesn't have the same genetics.
Yeah.
So you haven't talked to him about it, have you?
I actually have.
What has he said?
He doesn't really care, actually. Like, even like he's been saying it through his entire life. Even now, when he's like 25, he's like, don't care. Never knew the guy.
The reason why I say
because he never met him. That's why he's like, I don't care. He's a bum.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fair.
And it is, and that's totally how he feels right now. It might not always be how he feels, and he might have, you know, some ideas in his head that, you know, you're a little bit different. But as long as there's never been any conflict with it, that's my baby. Don't mess with him.
He's so angry. I was expecting a happy turtle.
No. He's military. Of course he's angry.
I was expecting like a...
But there's absolutely no animosity between you and your brother. Is there?
No. Like when we were younger, yeah, we were like bullshits to each other. Yeah. But then I hit like the age of 13, and all of a sudden he's like, "What's up, pal?" And I was like, "Huh?"
Hello. That's
I was like, "What? We're buds now?" And he's like,
because you had to cover for him. That's what little.
Oh, I totally did. I totally did.
I covered for my sister and brother too. We're suckers, dude. I was a sucker. But did your brother ever put a red lipstick smiley face on your ass and make you walk backwards into the living room?
No, he did not.
Because my sister did that to me.
He did not do that.
Yeah, lucky.
My brother and me had agreement of if I ever needed covering, which I haven't really.
Or not that you're gonna disclose on the podcast.
I actually haven't really done anything like that. I could look back on and be like, I'm a rebellious teenager.
What can you look back on and cringe? You know you were cringy as shit.
Middle school.
How cringy were you, and what was it?
I was that kid.
Which kid? Because you're that kid that registered to vote.
That kid. I was not that kid that registered to vote. I was that kid.
I don't know
what kid I'm talking about.
You weren't that kid to
I
haven't known
not
you to
bad.
be that kid.
I was the emo kid that everybody hated.
Oh, the victim. You were the whiny victim.
I actually wasn't the victim per se. Like literally, it was just whenever.
I just can't imagine you having a different personality because you're such a good kid.
No, it was more like. It was because I went back to public school in 6th grade. Mm-hmm. Because after kindergarten, I was homeschooled for a while because my mom was in that homeschooling phase. If that explains a lot, which it does.
It really does. It does.
But
I like homeschoolers, though. That's why I like
I got back, and I was like, I didn't know what to really do, and I was like, I like music like that, and I was like, I kind of like the fact, because I like black still. I love the color black. So I was like, okay. And then I get really mad when people be like, oh, your music sucks. I'm like, dude, you're listening to rap.
There is nothing wrong with rap.
There isn't. No, there isn't nothing wrong with rap. But like, if like I actually had a hatred for rap in middle school.
It was okay. So you were very fixed on your ideas.
No, it wasn't that. It's just I hate it even now. Like, I won't diss on people's music taste now unless they diss on others first. So like, if I'm like, you want to listen to what you want to listen to, that's completely cool. But back then, I hated it whenever it was only kids who listened to rap. So like, it was a bias. I had a bias because I did.
Well, that's what a judgment is, and that's what I was saying. You had your own personal opinions, and no one could tell you different. Yeah, that's all middle schoolers.
I'm wearing a 21 Pilots shirt right now. It's never gonna die on me, baby.
Oh Lord. Okay, so let me tell you something. Beth only used to listen to 80s music. How annoying was that? Yeah, exactly.
There's
pretty
good
annoying.
80s music out there.
There is great 80s music, but nobody wants to look at a grown-ass adult at 40 years old and go, oh, they're still wearing concert t-shirts.
Disco isn't dead. You killed it.
Thank you. So it's like, move into the modern age with the 80s music. Listen to the 80s music that's sampled in, the remixes, stuff like that.
Yo,
it'll never be it will never be the original, but do you need the original? You're reminiscing is what you're doing, is what I'm saying. So when you're listening to the music out of your era, or in your era rather, you're reminiscing, right? It's great music and you can listen to 80s music all you want, but if you're only fixated on that and you won't listen to anything else, that's when it's a bad, narrow-minded, opinionated principle.
And don't get me wrong, I listen to other music, but
better.
I did.
Because you're going to go into music, right?
Well, yeah. Like, I'm not gonna.
So you better listen into other.
Like, literally, my Spotify, it goes from like
but
heavy metal.
Do you hear that he has Spotify?
I do.
And it's funny because he's only on episode 5 of the podcast. Because apparently he doesn't have this thing called time. What else? You know, earbuds. You turn it on and you listen to it while you work.
I have headphones.
Guess what? I sell some earbuds in my shop.
I have wireless headphones.
What's the link to your shop, Mappa?
What's the link to the shop? That's a good question.
It is www.sgpathways.com.
Wow, I love shameless promo plugs. Yeah!
Okay, so this podcast that you're going to do, you're just going to talk about random stuff, and you're not going to be high. So it's going to be genuine, pure, unadulterated content, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So who's going to watch your or listen to your podcast?
Everyone.
Why?
It's going to be big. It's going to be big.
It's going to be big.
So then am I having you on before you hit the big time? So then
gonna blow you up.
Prepare
gonna blow you
me?
up. It's gonna blow you up. You're gonna become the biggest.
You're gonna ride off
second
Robert's
biggest,
coattails,
obviously after
and he's
me.
never gonna let you forget it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah. Remember that time that I carried your podcast for almost an hour?
And you know what I'll do? I'll go, remember that time that you came over and ate shepherd's pie, and then I put you on my podcast, which propelled your ass? Yeah. Remember that time? That's what I
ate that shepherd's pie and it was good.
It smelled delicious, but shepherd's pie is not good. There's nothing about food that touches that much that's good.
You notice how I like had the plate. You notice how I had the plate, and my fruit was all the way over here.
Oh yeah. I was like, no. There are some things like I can mix meat.
People who touch their food scare me.
But yes, they can't be trusted.
But like when you mix the meat and the fruit, it's like no.
Okay, when you mix meat with anything, no.
Gotta keep them segregated.
Do you remember? Gotta keep them separated. Do you remember the lunch trays that I used to have for you guys? Mm-hmm. That was because of you. That's what we were talking about how the older one ruins. Yeah. Okay, so because he totally ruined us, and none of his food could touch, and he only ate certain things and certain colors and blah blah blah, because he's autistic.
A lot of kids do that.
So. No, not to the point where like literally he wouldn't eat. Like he had to go on Pedia drinks, like the Pediasure. Yeah, because
I didn't go that far. I didn't go that far, but I'd throw a hissy fit.
No, like it wasn't fits. He just wouldn't eat. It's like no.
I remember I had to drink like Mio energy drink or something like that. You remember that?
Oh, Mio?
That was you had to have the caffeine because you're ADD. Not ADHD.
I had some sensory disorder when I was younger.
No way, Robert. Really?
Yeah.
I would have never known.
Yeah. No, like when I was little, like I was so weird when I was like.
Would you have ever
like
guessed
you
that
think
Robert
I'm
was
weird
different?
now? You think I'm weird now?
He's friends with you.
No way, man.
When I was like 5, like I literally have my mom only tells me stories about this. I'd have her hold out her hand and I'd run down the hallway and let her hand slap my chest. I'd fall down, get up, and be like, I want to do it again.
Yeah, that's because kids are brain damaged.
They also had like a little hammock for me if like I got too hyped up. They put me
Don't
in it.
they?
They put me in the hammock.
Yeah.
And I don't remember
like a
what it's called.
straight
It was
jacket.
censored
It is.
something.
It's called a straitjacket, and it's
No.
for children. It's where you basically you make them into a burrito.
But like it's
Because,
I kind of
they
want
do that
one.
to
They're
cats.
kind of sick.
I have a weighted blanket that Beth got me. It's a weighted, heated, massaging blanket. It's so epic.
That
But
sounds
yeah,
epic.
Is that the gifts that old people get each other?
You know what? Bite me. So what? I'm a
My
boomer.
mom.
Anyway, what I was talking about was those trays that we had, right? So
You
stuff
never
didn't
checked my
touch.
phone.
So because you did that, that meant that the other kids were trained to not eat food that touches.
Can you give me 1 second?
I don't know. Do I have 1 second? Let's see. I have 1 second. Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back. I had to get a phone call from my mommy. I wanted to let her know where I was staying.
I'm glad those.
That is all.
I'm glad that slideshow of those rules for how you're 18 went over so well, because then the next thing is you're on the phone to your mommy asking her if you can stay.
I still ask her.
Well, that's good. It's respectable.
I would do it either way, but like I still ask her.
Yeah, it's respectable because you live in her house,
Yeah.
and that was my original point.
Yeah.
You still live in her house, so it's irrelevant what you want. You
That's
realize that, right? And you
But
have
that's not
very
that's
nice.
not how
you
they
have
feel.
You have very nice parents, because your very nice parents say, you know what, we respect you enough to listen to what you value, and we'll adjust accordingly. We did that with our kids too. I said, if you feel like we're being unfair about something, you can come to me and debate it. Give me some facts. Give me what you want. We'll negotiate, but you've got to have some points. So Alex is great at debate.
Yes.
Isn't she? You've been on the debate team with her, haven't you?
No.
With Alex? No?
I'm pretty good debating if I'm like actually trying. Like that slides like
Yeah, that's
if-
what made it funny though. Is
'Cause I
because
was
you're an
doing that.
18-year-old that wrote it like a
in
child.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
In 2 minutes like a child, and I said 18th.
Oh my god, yeah, that killed me. As soon as I
18th.
saw that, I just oh.
In Comic Sans font.
Oh, just stop.
Well,
It was an atrocity.
Talking about adult stuff.
Yes.
Quinton, what are you most excited for in like adult life? Not just being 18, just adult life in general.
I guess being able to go out and do kind of whatever I want at any given moment.
What would that be?
That's pretty
though?
lame.
What would that be?
That's like
Because you
that
don't
could be
wanna
anything.
do
Oh, it's
anything.
3 a.m. and some friends want to hang out. Well,
Dang, I can
There's no
already do. I
curfew,
can
there's
already
no
do. I can
parents.
already do that with my list of demands.
as long as I got my stuff in order, then
Yeah,
sure.
but you wouldn't. That's the
I wouldn't
thing,
do it though. I don't care.
You know, I think that's what he's asking. But why would you? What do you actually want to do?
Yeah.
What are you looking
Oh,
forward
what do I
to?
want to do?
Well, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to living with someone that's not family.
That's fair. No, I don't think that wasn't
Me
a.
too.
I don't think. That,
Oh my god.
I don't
me
think
too.
that was an offense to you guys.
No, it's not, and I don't feel
And if it
offended
is, I don't
by
care.
it. I would actually feel offended if my kid wanted to stay home. If they didn't want to get out on their own, because it means that I failed as a parent. If my child is asking me or telling me that they aren't ready to move out and they're of the age where I expected them to move out, then my antenna's going to go up and go, oh crap, I did something wrong.
You can prep them right. Yeah,
Exactly.
I get what you're saying.
So I am super proud of him for wanting to get the hell out of the house, even though we want him to stay. You know, that's the
Oh,
thing.
baby.
I would be perfectly happy if all of our kids lived at home forever. I say that with one condition. They have to have their families live at home too. So I want them to go out and meet partners and have children and
then
all
come
move back to a big giant complex. I want to have a compound. I want
You
a
wanna have
Groves
a
compound.
compound.
I do.
Wow.
I want to buy some property and get a crap ton of freight boxes and bury them.
Dude,
Oh, that's
I wouldn't.
awesome.
Dude, if I was you
and
guys,
make
I
a
wouldn't
high-
sell this house. This house is sick.
It really is.
This
cool.
house is pretty freaking cool.
It is. It's
Speaking of house,
it needs to be clean.
That's fair. But speaking of housing, I really want to get my own house and be able to decorate it how I want. Because I'm gonna decorate it so cool.
Okay. Put a pause there. Think about what you said.
Do the same thing to
I'm gonna decorate it
This
so cool.
child, at 9, he got a crap ton of birthday money.
Mm-hmm.
He went with the sole purpose of buying stuff for his bedroom to the store to spend that money.
I've done that.
He bought, at 9, he bought a trash can that had a pop-up lid, a rug.
The one I have in my room. That I
Yeah,
don't
you
use
still
anymore.
have it? Oh my god. Okay.
I don't really use it anymore.
You were 9, that was 10 years ago. Okay, a rug, a bag of Kit Kats, and what else did you get? Something else stupid.
Like
It was
Sensi
stupid.
stuff.
Yeah, it was
Or
stupid,
it was
whatever.
air freshener.
Oh yeah, you did. It was a whole bunch of those
All right.
cone-shaped
Oh,
ones.
and to this day, if I smell that scent, I'm like, it takes me right back. I remember
Yeah,
sitting
there's-
in that room and playing like
there's
World
a
of Tanks,
certain-
eating my beef jerky
I'm trying to think.
on the Xbox.
There's like a certain smell that like I haven't smelt it for so long, but I don't know what it quite is. But if I smelt
He
it,
just said smelt. Let me say
It's like people who say learnt instead of learned. That is one of my biggest pet
Anyway.
peeves.
smelled,
Professional
Smelled.
documents.
smelled. I don't know.
Professional
Anyway, go
documents,
ahead.
people use that word.
I've already
I'd
passed
like
my
you to know
English
that.
classes. I got the credits I need. I'm out. I'm not majoring in
This
English.
is what you say.
I'm not
I'm in
majoring-
music.
I'm in music. I don't need to
I'm
learn.
creative.
I don't need to learn words.
I'm
Right.
sorry, I speak
Words.
Chinese
What are
and
those?
English.
I know it's sign language. Not really. But no. But like, when I was
Smells.
littler, there was one smell that I always like remember, like having in like my brain like library. Like I can point out like all the times I've ever like
Do you
smelled it.
categorize them like floral and
I don't know how to
woodsy?
describe it. Like that's the thing. I don't
Was
know
it
how to describe.
sweet?
No,
Okay, so it wasn't sweet.
it wasn't.
Was
It wasn't
pungent?
sweet. No,
Was it,
It wa-
earthy?
it was
So did
pleasant.
it-
That's all I remember. It was a pleasant.
That
smell.
is the dumbest thing I've ever heard a person
But no,
in
no, no,
that
no.
chair say.
no but-
Dumbest thing ever.
The most dumb, you mean?
Dumbest.
The most dumb.
No.
The most dumb.
dumbest.
The most dumb.
No.
Don't
the
lecture
dumbest.
me. Don't lecture me on how to say things. No, but like, I remember like in elementary school when I was like in kindergarten, I remember smelling
Vanilla.
it. No, it wasn't that. Like I know what vanilla smells like,
You
and
mean
it
like the
wasn't
smell
that.
of the classrooms in kindergarten?
No, it
pre-K?
wasn't that.
Oh my god, what was it?
I don't know.
The webcam move.
Oh my
Good.
god, Robert.
I'm angry.
What if my desk just broke? I would whoop your
I
ass.
wouldn't even be mad. I'm getting crucified up here. But no, it's just something
Wow.
that I can never.
I could see him as emo now. Like I could see him in middle school.
But no,
if
I-
that was any indication.
I could never figure it out, and I still can't. I still don't know what that smell was.
The reason why you can't figure it out is because you're not actually applying any knowledge to it. You're only saying, I don't know, I don't know.
No,
If you-
I just don't know.
But you could know.
Because it wasn't like a sour, it wasn't like, it didn't like leave a sour taste or anything in my mouth. It wasn't like a pungent smell.
Okay.
It wasn't like sweet.
Okay, was it spicy? Like if you were smelling cinnamon or clove or something like that. Did it smell like food?
Dude, I don't think you get how long I've been contemplating
Kill him.
I don't think you get how long I've been contemplating what this
Roberta,
smell smells like.
something happened to Robert.
She's not watching.
She will. Something happened to Robert. I don't know what it was, but something happened because he just doesn't know anything now. I think he might be.
I never
on-
knew anything to begin with.
I think he might be on some sort
Gone?
of weird drug,
out.
like gum.
We do not need you.
I see him chewing right now. What's in the gum, man? What's in the gum, Robert?
It's not
Grape.
gum, it's dip.
Grape
Ew.
Mento, that stuff.
Oh, that's great, isn't it? That grape flavor.
I
have
stole
some
a piece.
tropical punch right there. Yeah, well, that's what it's there for. All that stuff's there for my clients and people. That's just delicious stuff.
The gum one ran out flavor.
Yeah, that's what I always say. I chew on it for a couple minutes and then swallow it. Okay, so you were genuinely shocked by my turtle over there having a frown?
Oh yeah, I was astounded.
That's clearly you don't watch anything I post at all because the turtle is in multiple pictures with me. I actually have one where I'm kissing the turtle.
Yeah, then he's also looking at the camera with the same angry expression
Yeah,
alongside the turtle.
but nothing. Wow, Robert. So we've known each
You're
other
a
for
dork.
4 years. Does it feel like you've known Quinton for 4 years?
It's closer to 5.
Whatever. It is closer to 5. So how do you think Quinton's changed? Because we even talked about that a little bit earlier.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got
God.
a list. A list.
So let's
Yeah.
hear it. And give time reference. So when are we talking? When did you start
Kid
noticing?
moves here. Last half of 8th grade. And no offense, I looked at this kid and I thought, wow, he's a loser. But I like this kid. So I
'Cause
talked
he's
to
a
this
loser,
kid.
yeah.
No, my friend group is a bunch of lone wolves that literally like just found each other. That's
Yeah.
all. That's what the like me
Yeah,
and my
it's
friend
the loser table.
like me and Caleb literally like we were forced to sit with each other on the bus and we became friends, and then slowly we started gathering more people, and we have a group
Yeah.
of about like 10 people now.
Yeah. And y'all are all like ultra nerds.
Yeah.
That's what's y'all are all on the
Oh, yeah.
spectrum somewhere.
you do
I mean,
your
come on,
you do
let's
your
just-
music. What? Caleb is kind of out in the country, so he's not a big nerd like
Caleb's
us.
an outwoodsy guy.
Yeah.
He likes being out and walking around and doing
That
stuff
makes
outside.
me like him
Kyle does
already.
his gaming. I do my gaming too.
We're not friends with Kyle no more, so
Yeah,
That's
Kyle's
why.
kind of gone. I don't know what happened to him. He just stopped.
He's a
going
pleb.
to school.
Oh my God, Robert!
I kicked him out of my house one night. Please say something about trans folk. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real.
Well, but you know what? I mean, I appreciate the fact that you're real about it. But other people, there's a ton of people that don't like trans people that like me.
That's fair.
You know, and it's
Oh,
only
yeah.
because they don't know yet.
Yeah,
And
because
so-
their only frame of reference with trans people are those over dramatic ones
Yeah,
that,
you can't like.
that you see in SJW Wrecked compilations on YouTube.
Yeah, you can't like judge everybody just for having that notion, but I do respect, you know, you saying I kicked him out because this is what was going on.
There was a list of other things, but that was the
I'm
straw.
sure-
that was
right.
the straw that broke the camel's back.
That's happened to me before. So it affects you whenever people bash on trans people?
Yeah, 'cause I'm
Whether
like-
it's
It's like
verbally or-
I know you guys, and I'm like, that's not cool.
Yeah, how did you feel before you met us, honestly? Like, what did you understand?
I never had a problem with trans folk. I was like, whatever.
But what did you understand it as? Did you
I
understand
would-
it as us?
I
Because most
understood
people
it.
say no.
I understood it like a monkey would. And
So
that
tell me.
you want me to explain it? You want me
I
to explain
do,
it the way that? Okay.
Oh yeah, and bear in mind,
One
nothing's gonna offend me because I
One-
know it's just you.
One monkey have pee pee.
Mm.
Another monkey don't have pee pee. This monkey want pee pee. And this monkey don't want pee pee. And that's okay. So monkey, get rid of pee pee, and then monkey, get pee pee. Sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes.
So that's really just basically what you understood trans to be. Did you
Yeah.
understand anything that was involved in the feeling behind it at all?
I knew there was things like, I didn't know the exact names for like, dysphoria.
Yeah.
Am I stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah, dysphoria. That's what I thought. I didn't know the exact naming for that, but like, I just remembered that I was like, people hate their bodies. That's fair.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's a
I was
big
called transphobic.
difference.
I was called transphobic my freshman year.
There's a big difference
Like,
though
what?
between people who have just dysphoria, like body dysphoria. Like you could be dysphoric. You know, you could be skinny or fat or hairy
That's why I kind of
whatever.
that's why I kind of always went, oh, that's fair.
Yeah,
Because
so
like I thought it was like
anybody,
people can always hate their
and
body.
typically that's a thought, right? Typically you have this dysphoria because you think that you're a certain way and you're not. Okay, it's your own opinions. But being trans, with or without dysphoria, because trans people don't all have dysphoria, but we all are able to identify that we don't feel like it fits. It would be just like if you developed breasts, you would go, oh, what the hell? You know? And I was waiting to get an Adam's
Dude.
apple, and I got boobs
Dude.
instead.
I
What?
already got him.
Oh my God! Now I'm not even gonna be able to look at you without
I knew
thinking
that was coming.
You
Yeah,
do
it's
not
fine.
have boobs.
Oh,
So-
I got moves.
someone dropped
I
an
got
ember,
moves.
huh?
Yeah, but the thing is, with trans people, it's just like if you were to say, if I were to ask you, when did you know that you were a guy? People have asked me, when did you know that you wanted to be a guy? I didn't want to be a guy, I just was. I just knew that I was, right?
Yeah.
But there's some people like Beth who didn't actually acknowledge it until they got much, much older. I knew whenever I was a kid, you know, I knew growing in my teenage years and all that stuff, but Beth didn't have a way to say it. When I first saw her, I thought she was a queer boy. Like, I thought she was just a little gay boy, and I would be able to take her and mold it right. Just a little gay boy. So I don't. Have you even decided?
Oh, he thought I was gay when he first met me.
Yeah, I thought you were gay too.
He thought, no, that's what I'm saying. He
Your
thought
white glasses and your rainbow hair.
Dude, that rainbow hair was baller.
And
you know what's
your
weird is
limited edition golden Vanoss gaming T-shirt.
Oh my God,
Baller.
you were super nerdy. Oh my God, I just got a flashback of old Robert.
Baller.
And now your favorite accessory is a daddy hat.
Dude, that daddy hat's so good. It's so funny. It's so
baller, man.
I told you the backstory about that daddy hat. Like, my freshman year, a senior showed me a picture of this guy with a stupid smug look on his face, smiling with bright green glasses that said "Ka-chow" across them, with the daddy hat on. He was like, he's like, it's such a funny picture.
And then you were like, I want to be that guy.
No, I got it just because, like, it reminded me of my freshman year and the fun times I had in music theory and stuff. It was really good. Wow, checking the phone on your own podcast, you're such a terrible
ignoring
host.
your guests.
We are the
y'all are
worst person in
talking, and
conversation
guess
right
what? Y'all are just, I don't even know what y'all
now. Doing the best job. But, yeah. But the one thing I never, because I found out about, like, gay people before I found out about trans people.
Yeah,
so, like,
same here.
And the weird part was, for me, when I was younger, since I was raised in, like, here, the conservative area that is known up here, I was like at 11 at 11 I was a little homophobic, like, not like bad, but I was like
I think Lucas was.
Dude, everyone was homophobic at 11 because they're afraid of being called gay at the playground. That's what it was for me. I was like, oh,
no, but it was
gay
like
people must
we're
be
raised in
bad
this conservative area, and I'm like, I remember the one day my brother was like, oh yeah, this student I'm working, so he mentioned something about him being gay, and I was like, did he try to make a move on you? I was like 10. I was like 10. I was like, did he try to hit on you? He's like, no, it's not like that. And then after that, I was like, oh, that's valid. I just never did that again.
I don't remember my first experience with a gay, because
I don't either.
Back then,
I just kind of remember hearing about it.
That's what you heard, like in the 80s. It was the gays.
Mm-hmm.
The gays had an agenda.
And the weed. The gays.
Yeah, it was
the gays,
weed,
and AIDS.
Yeah.
Those are the three big A's.
Yeah, it was like, it was crazy. So I just remember, okay, so when I first told my mom, mind you, I was 34, and I told her that I was going to transition. I wasn't asking for permission or anything. I called her up and I was like, look, I got to tell you something because my voice is going to change soon. I'm transitioning. I'm trans. She didn't know what that was, and she goes, this was her first
Transformers.
question. She goes, oh my God, do you have a penis?
That sounds like
I was like,
the most
holy
southern,
crap.
the most southern thing I've ever heard.
You gave birth to me, so
do you have a penis?
And then she's all, and then I was like, when would I have gotten one and where?
Ball.
I don't know. You were in Germany for 3 years. So apparently in Germany you can just go get a penis.
Well,
not Germany.
I know, right?
Not Germany.
I don't think you could have in 2010, but now you can.
But
even now, no, you really can't.
You can't? Not in Germany?
No, you can't. Where do you think they get them? Do you think they just harvest them? No, they have to build them from your skin. It's a process.
But
so you can't just go in and get one. It's not like that.
But
it's years.
I lost track of something earlier.
We always lose track.
But like the dysphoria thing, I was like, whenever I found out trans people, I was like, I kind of get it, but at the same time, I don't fully grasp the dysphoria thing.
Yeah, why are they not just gay women? Why are they men? Or why are they not?
No, there was a little bit of that, but like at the same time, it was like, dude, if I woke up as a girl tomorrow, I wouldn't really care. But like if I stayed a dude, I didn't really care. I just kind of chill.
But you think that until people start
until
treating you differently, because this is what happened to me. And most people don't know this, but when Aunt Timmy died, my Aunt Timmy passed away, and we had this memorial thing. Well, Aunt Timmy and I talked a lot about how I kind of felt and stuff. She knew where I was, I guess, on that, but we didn't name it. We didn't really say much out loud about it. So anyway, gross.
No.
Dog toy.
Yeah, it's a dog toy. Chewed up.
Anyway,
I don't care.
So she passed away. I didn't have anyone to talk to anymore, and I had to go to this memorial live for her. So I'm on the airplane, and there's these two guys, and they're really kind of cool. They're like chatting and stuff, and so I get involved in the conversation. So we're having a good time on this plane ride, where otherwise, I was feeling, grief. and so they distracted me. So we exchanged numbers because
I'm
they
just
were
messing with stuff because I just naturally do it.
because they were going to the same area as me, and so here I was. We exchanged numbers, and then they started sexting me that night. And here I was thinking we were gonna go hang out, have drinks, like we were gonna hang out like bros,
Like
you know.
broskies.
And I
like,
just
no,
happened to be talking.
You're like,
to Beth.
we're gonna hang out like broskies, and they just said no skis.
Well, I was talking to Beth at the time, and she said something about I was sitting outside or whatever, and so I sent her a picture of something. In other words, it was a selfie with me in it. And whenever I took the picture and I looked at it, that's when it hit me that's why people treated me the way that they did, because I looked like a girl. And I was a pretty hot chick. I mean, you know. So
How old were you when you?
that was 34. That's when I
You were
started.
fat at 34.
I was still hot. There's chubby chasers. But I was fat and stacked.
at 34. Dude, that was so brutal. That was just out there. Sorry,
I
that
don't
was my
think it was
first thought.
brutal. Though. But, you know, it's the truth.
my God.
Robert, I weighed 266 pounds when I was a woman.
Oh, I'm 300, bro.
Think
Yeah, but
about
you're
me.
not-
I'm
you're
5
6'1".
foot. I'm
Oh,
5
that's fair.
foot
That's
2.
fair.
And not a woman that was pregnant.
I guess.
Well,
I
that was
am
after.
I am not a woman, and I am
After
not
the pregnancy,
pregnant.
where you gained all that weight, all that
I
extra weight.
gained, no, it was 266 pounds that I was with you.
Okay.
I
I'll
was
make
never that big.
I'll make sure to never
Oh,
get
But
pregnant.
I've been between 165 and
Can
266.
you hand me that?
No, stop handing him stuff. We need to wrap this shit up, y'all.
Yeah, this has been at least
Can we have a
40,
4
50 minutes.
hours.
Can we-
This has been
can we-
fucking 4
Can
hours.
we get a tic-tac-toe championship real quick?
A what?
Tic-tac-toe championship real quick?
You and Quinton, go. Game on right now. Get it.
I would destroyed him right there and then.
Wow.
Destroyed. I won.
Why
I
you-
am the.
What are you-
I am the tic-tac.
I didn't see anything.
Just nod
what
and
you
smile.
just. I don't
Look,
know
just
what you
nod
just
and
did.
smile.
No,
Look, this
no,
is
that's
what
I
you
didn't
do.
see
what
anything you just
I
did.
am the
Good job,
tic-tac-toe
Robert.
championship. You're just
tell me,
mad
yes.
because
You
I'm
are.
playing. I'm playing chess while you're playing checkers.
You're
just
right.
mad.
Oh,
I played.
You nailed
I played
it, Robert.
four-dimensional chess with
40?
Patrick
Have you
Stewart.
seen? No, have you
Hey, guess what? You know what I do?
seen what?
I get to play with adult things. So I don't actually play
Well, I mean,
checkers.
chess is a pretty adult board game.
Chess is kind of an adult board
I
game.
play light the bomb.
Dude, I could smoke
Oh.
you in chess. Any
Oh
day
yeah,
the
of
week.
course you could, because I don't play chess. I play Minesweeper.
Dude,
and
I
Candy
could
Crush.
smoke you in
Do you
the
smoke weed from a
Minesweeper.
water
You
bong?
could
'Cause he
not.
could
Yes,
smoke
I
you in
can.
that.
He does not smoke, and he
Exactly.
wouldn't.
So
I could crush you in Minesweeper.
I feel the challenge.
I don't know. You've been
It
behind
might
a
have to
computer a lot of
happen.
your life, and I'm pretty sure you played. Quite
And
a
I
few
was
games of
there when
Minesweeper.
Minesweeper was invented. Oh my god, that hurts to say.
Boomer.
Zoomer, Zoomer, Zoomer.
At least I.
At least what? At least
No, I'm
what?
not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say
Ah, yeah, exactly.
At least I
Looks like he's playing mental tic-tac-toe, and you're losing.
Right! I don't know what that means, but okay.
it. You're gonna die first, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, well, you know what? With that attitude, I'm not so certain.
Boomer.
Robert, thank you for
Boomer.
being on the podcast.
You're welcome for my appearance.
Wow. All
Throw
right.
that at my face.
Thank you!
My text. Okay, I was just wondering, could I spend the night or do we? I was wondering if I could spend the night, or did you need me for tomorrow for Springfield? Because if so, that's fine.
I saw that.
I just want to know. Okay, cool. Okay.
He loves his mommy. You're awful.
Yeah, I didn't know that. You think I know about cars, Mom? I'm in music.
Stop it.
Why?
I know what an alternator is. I just didn't know it was
Oh.
laying down there.
Oh my god.
You think I'm into You think I'm into cars? I'm in music. You expect too much out of me.
Here's the thing. If you drive a car, if you're old enough to drive a car, you're old enough to read about stuff like...
I know what an alternator is. It's what charges your battery.
Look, so you do know. So why was it on the ground?
No, Brandon's judging me. He's like, you don't know anything about cars? I'm like, no, dick, I don't know anything about cars. I'm in the music program.
But you know how to drive. Do you change tires? Do you know how to change tires?
I do.
Okay, well then good.
I do. My dad taught me that.
I hope he did.
Anyways, okay, that's all I wanted to know. Make sure to see if you got my text to see if I can spend the night.
Hi, Roberta.
He said hi.
Got 13 boxes of stuff today.
She said hi.
Each of us experience our own set of personal challenges, yet only a few know how to turn struggles into starting points towards a more fulfilling life. To empower your personal journey with acceptance, love, and happiness, begin with us at Sacred Growth's Transformational Pathways.
Reach out to sgpathways.com.